What's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. First and foremost, I've been gone for about a week or two. As I said in my last video, I was battling a cold, and I thought the worst was behind me, but as the seasons change, things like that will occur. But I'm back with a new video, and this is from DC News Now, and this is located in Maryland. Okay, it says a new Maryland law allows children as young as 10 to be held accountable for their crimes. I will list the article right in all of the details in the description, as I always do. It says changes to a law impacting the Maryland Department of Juvenile Services aim to hold children as young as 10 accountable for their crimes they committed. The new law was passed in April but goes into effect on Friday. The changes come as many people say it's concerning that juveniles who commit these crimes are sent straight to home because of their age, and that's what led lawmakers to make some changes to the juvenile justice system. Our job is to correct them and get them on the right path, says Prince George's County State Attorney Asha Brayboy. Starting November 1st, children ages 10 and older will be held accountable for their crimes. No one likes prosecuting young children or young kids, but I also look at it as an opportunity to meaningfully intervene in their lives, to figure out what went wrong, and then try to help fix it, said Brave Boy. This comes as more children committing delinquent acts that adults would normally be prosecuted for, including carjackings, animal cruelty, and even third-degree inappropriate offenses. The changes also require any child who is charged with stealing a car to receive a Children's in Need of Supervision petition, and that includes qualifying for a variety of services to help them. When you stick a gun in someone's face, when you steal someone's car, when you commit acts of violence, then there has to be consequences. I know that ultimately they are going to have access to programs, to mentorship opportunities, to family counseling to individualized counseling that they may need to grow and be better people, she said. The law also allows local state attorneys to review complaints and case files of children charged with a crime under juvenile service supervision. Not everyone agrees with the changes. Many believe putting 10 to 12-year-olds in the system will do more harm than good. Brave Boy said it's about giving them the help they need so they commit another crime. So they don't commit another crime. It's not a license for us to just lock every young child up, but it is an opportunity for us to say, look, something's going on with this child. They need to be held accountable in the juvenile system. And when we need to provide services to them and require them to complete those services and programs before they can come back into the community, she said. The Prince George's County State Attorney's Office does not have services for families that may be having difficult time with their children that can help them before they end up in the system. Okay, and that is the end of the article right there. Please excuse my voice still going in and out. I'm still feeling the effects of, cold season. But, yeah, pretty much, people are going to disagree with it and, find it, well, you can't tell me. But this is the thing. in order for that to happen, it has to be a reworking in all areas and aspects. I've spoken about this many times before in terms of the services that are being provided as like a preventative measure for children not to even be in those situations. It shouldn't have to get to them being in, the system, which we all know the system is not for children, period. The current system as it is not a benefit to most of the children that pass through it. I would just say it like that. And another thing, I mean, if you want, like, call me old school, old fashioned, whatever the case is, but when they made it illegal for you to discipline your children, even though statistically there's still children being abused, there were children being abused when parents were allowed to discipline their children. It's a difference between abuse and it's a difference between, physically, putting hands on a child because you're angry or you had a bad day or your situation in life is not, where it wants to be. It's levels to it. And disciplining is not anything I think that would be wrong, but you took that option out of parents' hands. Now, there are people that will say, hey, look, you're not supposed to be beating your kids and things of this nature. You're supposed to parent your kids. But everybody forgets that, parenting doesn't have a playbook. It doesn't have a how-to. I mean, it has a how-to manual. But understand, when you read those books and things like that, yes, they can be helpful. They can be tremendously helpful. But at the same time, your experience is not the same as everyone else's. I have seen and experienced, parents that have had children where they talk to them till they was blue in the face. But the real issue is, what is going to be the motivation? Where's the mentorship when the children start to venture outside of the home? Okay, every household is not broken. Every household that has one parent or it's an alternative parent like a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, etc. does not, constitute it being a statistic that, that child is going to grow up and be a statistic in the system. That's not necessarily true, and that's not always true. To that effect, you have, like I said, for order for it to be, acceptable, and it's something that everybody can agree with universally, they have to work it from the top down. So, and then on top of that, a lot of states, a lot of cities, growing up back in the day, we used to have mentorships in school. We used to have mentors, like after school programs. There used to be summer programs. There used to be all of these resources, namely rec centers and things like that, cities found it fit to slash out the budget or reduce in some capacity. And, or, the most needed areas where it's truly needed at, it's not necessarily accessible or in that neighborhood due to, low income, or, you just having a trifling city council, or in slash mayor. So, I mean, it's a lot of variables to it, but do I think that it's necessarily a thing once they took away all of these things? Yes. Putting some of those children in jail is a necessary thing. Some people do need help with their children. Every parent doesn't have the answers. There's no parent that's going to be 100% and effectively raising their own children. People have to understand, at some point or some age, and it seems like it's earlier and earlier, children, they go outside, they get these outside influences. It's the company that you keep. It's all the old sayings from back in the day. It's the company you keep. It's the outside influence. Regardless of your background, regardless of your income, regardless of your environment and your situation, yes, that does have a significant role to play in it. But at the same time, you have to understand the outside influence now in the stage of life and the way that the masses is moving. Everything is digitized. Everything is online. Everything, the role models for our children are mainly what they see on social media, whatever the trend is, whatever is hot right now. And it has to be a coordinated effort between parents, law enforcement, state and local leaders to actually invest more, and city leaders to actually invest more into these children, instead of it being the next event to bring in tourism, instead of it um you know whatever it may be, other than catering to youth and youth problems and youth issues. But like I said, I don't see anything wrong with it. This is what has to be done. It's sad, it's sad that it's definitely doing the prison, the pipeline thing. A lot of these kids are going to get caught up in the system, and it's just going to kickstart their, so for some children, their criminal history earlier. Some people, some children may need that intervention. They may have that experience and say, hey, after this time, if I'm allowed to, get out and get a fresh start and get a second chance, I will, or before that happens, I will, turn my life around. It's hard to go, but it's all about what the state and local city leaders, county leaders, organizers, church, and a group effort, a village. What I'm saying? It takes a village to raise a child. And then on top of that, that saying used to be a really important thing until people started feeling some type of way about somebody disciplining their child. Everybody needs help with children. Yes, people can hold together. I'm not saying that people can't successfully raise their children. However, when it comes to outside influences, the game changes. That's all I'm saying. But let me know what you guys think. Drop down in the comment section. I'm sorry, my voice has been going in and out. I actually just got my voice back. Like, it is real crazy. Like, I had some moments. I should have made a blooper reel about it, but but yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for going through my voice changes and cutting out and things like that. And drop down in the comment section, let me know how you feel about the new law that's started on Friday. Children 10 and up will be charged for their crimes, rightfully so. I mean, to be honest with you, in some states, they're actually going as far as to also charge the parents for the children, and that's another story, okay? That's another story. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, guys, I will get with you, and I appreciate all the love.